No, I didn't. I just saw the assignment now.
Why? It's there on the portal. If you open it, only then you will be able to see it. So for seeing the assignment, you guys need to open the portal.
Ma'am, I wait for the WhatsApp.
Okay, now we'll start with the chapter comparing countries.
Good evening, ma'am.
So in the previous class, we did various questions on the interest, like the interest percentage. Now in today's class, we'll be starting with compound interest. Does anybody know the meaning of compound interest?
Ma'am, we did simple interest.
What are you saying?
Ma'am, did we do simple interest?
I can't hear you. Speak a little loudly.
Ma'am, did we do simple interest?
I could not hear you.
Ma'am, did we do simple interest?
Related to simple interest. No, I'm not talking about simple interest. I'm talking about compound interest. Just a minute.
Ma'am, did
Okay. Amar, do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Amar, put on your camera.
Yes, ma'am. Just 2 minutes.
ma'am, did we do simple interest?
Ramesh, if you want to speak, please speak loudly. I cannot hear you this way.
Ma'am, did we do simple interest?
Yeah, we did simple interest. We did simple interest in the previous class, the VAT and the GST. That was simple interest.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Now, Amar, put on your camera. Put on your camera, Amar. Amar, do you hear me? Please put on your camera quickly. We have to start with the class. Okay. So, Amar, we started with the topic compound interest. Everybody, please listen very carefully. In compound interest, okay, I'll start with a question, right? So, the question is a sum of rupees 10,000 is borrowed at a rate of the question is a sum of rupees 10,000 is borrowed at a rate of 15% per annum. That means for 1 year, the person has to pay 15% of interest for 2 years. How much time the person has borrowed money for 2 years, right? And in 1 year, 15% of the tax will be charged. When it is given, find the simple interest on this sum and amount to be paid at the end of 2 years. Now they are saying that you have to find the simple interest that will be paid on it and at the end of 2 years. So how will you do this? Listen very carefully. See, simple interest is basically like there are various kinds of interests. So in the previous class, we studied about VAT and GST. They are also kind of simple interest. But now here it's not mentioned any like VAT or GST, anything. It's directly written simple interest. So what you do to calculate the simple interest, you have the formula principal amount into rate into time upon 100. This is the formula. You also call it like parrot upon 100. Okay, so the mnemonic to remember parrot upon 100, which basically means P into R into T upon 100. Right? You understand this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So
ma'am.
now the simple interest will be principal amount. What is the principal amount? It's
10,000.
10,000. What is the
Ma'am, what
rate?
is the full form of SI?
Simple
What are you
interest.
saying?
What is the
It's
full
simple.
form of SI?
Yeah,
Simple,
tell me what's the full form. Who will tell me the full form of SI?
simple
Simple
interest.
interest.
Yeah, it's simple interest. Rate is 15%. Time is 2 years and divided with 100. Okay. So you have 15 into 2 is 30, then 0, 0. So you have 3,000 interest. This is the interest that you're paying. So at the end of 2 years, what is the total amount that the person will have to pay? 10,000
13,000.
plus 3,000, which gives you 13,000.
10,300.
Okay. Will you all remember this formula? Parrot upon 100.
Yes.
P into what is P?
Principal.
Principal.
Principal amount. What is R?
Rate.
Rate.
Okay. And what is T?
Time.
Time.
Okay,
Time.
I'll give you one question now. We'll do it. Do this question.
I'm done.
Okay. Has anybody else also done?
No, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
What about your Mar?
Ma'am, I'm on the last step.
Quickly do it, then we'll discuss this all together.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. We have the simple interest. It's parrot upon 100. Yeah. So P is 15,000. Rate is 5%. Time is 2 years upon 100. Did everybody use this formula only?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the answer. This is the simple interest, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Now we'll study compound interest.
Now we have to add, right?
What was the question? Was it find the total amount to be paid or was it find the interest to be paid? Do you
Find
understand?
the
Yeah, there's a difference between the questions. So always just pay attention to whatever the question is. In exam, if you find the total amount, that will be the wrong answer.
okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Next is calculating the compound interest. So for the compound interest, you have, I'll tell you one example. Like you have find compound interest okay So you have to find the compound interest on rupees 12,600 for 2 years at 10% per annum. Now you need to derive a formula for the compound interest. So see, for compound interest, the amount that has to be paid, it is equals to principal 1 plus rate upon 100 into n. Now what is n? What do you think will be n? Can you guess?
N is the time.
Very good. N is the time. Okay. So how you solve this question? You'll have to calculate the amount. You'll do principal. What is principal? 12,600. 1 plus what is the rate? 10 upon 100. What is n? It's 2 years. Okay. You'll have 12,600. Do not cancel this. Okay, you can, or wait, you can cancel. If it's 10 and 100, then cancel. Otherwise, don't cancel. If it's any number other than 10, like if it was 11 or if it was 12 or 13, don't cancel it. Just solve it directly, like add it. Okay, so you'll have 10 upon 10 plus 1 is 11 square. You'll have 12,600 into
How 10 plus 1? 1 plus 1.
or 1 plus 1 is 1. Don't you know how to add fractions? 1 plus 1 upon 10. How do you do this?
Okay.
Upon 100. Okay. 0 and 0 will be cancelled. We'll multiply 126 with 121. You have 15246. Okay, now this is the amount. This is not the interest. This is like directly the amount after adding the interest also. Now, the question was to find the compound interest. It was not to find the amount. So how will you find the compound interest now? You have the principal amount and you have the amount with you. If you subtract these two numbers, you'll get the compound interest. Like if you subtract 12,600 from it, okay, what do you get? You get 2640. This is the compound interest. This is the answer. Do you understand the difference?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now if I'll give you one question.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes,
I did not understand the last step.
see, amount, the formula to calculate the compound interest, we do not have, see, for simple interest, my formula was simple interest is equals to parrot upon 100. That formula directly gives you simple interest, right? But here I cannot directly find the compound interest. If I have to find the compound interest, I will first find the amount, like the total amount after adding the interest that I will have to pay. Okay, that I am finding. So the amount after calculating I got, it was basically 15,246. This was the total amount after adding the interest also. Now I borrowed 12,600. I borrowed this much money, and after adding the interest, I'm paying this much money. So what was the interest? I will subtract and find the interest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, next we have the question. Okay, do this question.
Ma'am, I'm not getting the question.
What are you saying?
Ma'am, I'm not getting the answer.
Did anybody got the answer?
I got, but I don't know if it's
Ma'am, I got the answer, but I don't know if it's correct.
Okay, please everybody look here. No problem if it's even not correct. You guys are trying it for the first time, then it's okay. No problem. Okay, what was the formula?
Principal
one principal by 1 plus
1 plus
rate 1 plus rate
rate by 100
100
into time.
to the power of the
Okay, what is? We have three things. Okay, so I know the principal, which is 8,000. I know 1 plus rate is 5 upon 100, 2. Okay, so you have 8,000. Okay, then don't cancel it. Okay, it's good if you have 100 in the denominator. So don't cancel.
28,000.
What are you saying?
28,000.
What 20,000?
Ma'am, principal is 20. Oh, that is
Rupees. So you have 105 by 100 to the power 2. Okay, so you do 8,000 into 105 into 105 upon, so you'll cancel 3 zeros. Then you can just multiply and get the answer. Did you guys multiply it? So 105 square is, it is this 11025. Okay, then you'll multiply it with 8. You have 8820. This is the answer. Now, what is the compound? If this is the amount, what is the compound interest? It is amount
120.
minus principal, which is 820 rupees. Did anybody got this answer?
no.
No?
Mm,
No problem. Look here. We'll do a little bit more question.
Ma'am, I have one question.
Yeah.
Ma'am, today I have the test at 6:30, but I also have extra class at 7.
Yeah.
But the test is 6:30 to 7:30.
You have an extra class at,
7
let me
o'clock.
check. Just
Or
a
for
minute.
us.
You have an extra class at 8:30, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For okay. So I have a test from 8 to 9.
You have a test from 8 to 9 p.m.
But the extra class is at 8:30.
Okay, wait. You have an extra class at 8:30, right?
Yes.
To 9. This is the class time.
Yeah.
And what is the test time?
It was 8, no. Yeah, 8 to 9.
8 to 9. Okay. So, okay, that means just tell me one thing. For the extra class that we have scheduled for you, I guess you have to practice the chapter which was not done, which was this only,
Yeah.
right? So, do you wish for an extra class or are you fine with the regular class only?
Ma'am, well, like I have a doubt in one chapter, that's the thing.
Okay, so you have various doubts. Okay, fine. So we can reschedule your extra class if you want.
To what time?
Not shall we take you have an extra class tomorrow as well. So do you have like a lot of doubts or like one class will do?
Yeah, I think one class is fine.
One class is fine. Okay, then I can take your extra class tomorrow.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just I'll inform you in a while. Okay. After the class, I'll have to talk to the management. I'll talk to them and then I'll inform you the proper thing. Either
Okay.
they'll reschedule your test or they'll reschedule your extra class.
Ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. So let's be back. You have the next question. Please look here. The question is the population of a city was basically 20,000. Like in a city, there were 20,000 people. In which year? In 1997. Now the population increased at the rate of 5% per annum. That means in 1 year, the population is increasing 5%. So now you have to find the population at the end of 2000. Like initially it was the year was 1997. Now the year is 2000. So how many years has it been?
3 years.
From 1997 to 2000, how many years?
Years.
3 years. Okay. So you have the principal with you, you have the rate with you, and you have the time with you. Can you calculate the compound interest?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
please.
ma'am.
Ma'am, I got the answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what's the answer?
23,152.5.
Okay, let's check. So you have the amount. You will calculate with principal. So principal is 20,000 into 1 plus rate is 5 upon 100 into time is 3 years. Okay, so we have 20,000, 105 by 100 to the power 3. So you have 4 zeros you can cancel directly. So you have 1 0 again. So you have 11025. So you have 231525 divided with 10. You have 23,152.5
I
rupees.
will complete.
I also got the same answer.
You guys got the same answer?
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
about your mark?
Ma'am, I couldn't get the same answer in the last step. I got
What's the answer that you're getting?
uh, in the last step. I just did it 23, 231525.
But do you understand how you'll get this answer, or do you have any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. This is the question. Now, see to this question very carefully. What we are doing here is, now there was a TV that was costing us like 21,000. This was the cost of the TV when it was launched. Now, after 1 year, like the time is 1 year, the value of the TV is depreciated. Depreciated is like the value is reducing. Okay, now this term is very important. Why? Because this term will change the formula that we use, and the rate is basically 5%. Okay, now basically, always on adding the interest, we generally add the interest to the amount, right? We add the interest to the principal and then we get the total amount. That is what we do generally. But here, will we add the interest or will we subtract the interest?
Add.
Subtract.
Yeah, we'll subtract. Why add? We'll not add, we'll subtract. Why? Because the value is decreasing. Okay, I'll give you one more example. For example, you buy a chocolate for 100 rupees, and now after 1 month, the price of that chocolate reduced by 5%. So what is 5% of 100? It was 5 rupees. Okay, so now it has decreased by 5%. So now you will buy the chocolate for 95 rupees. So did you add the interest or did you like decrease the interest?
Subtract.
Yeah, we'll subtract the interest.
Yep.
Did everybody get this point? Whenever it is
Yes.
like reducing the interest, we'll subtract the interest from the principal and not add it. Did everybody got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Amar, what about you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, my
Yes, ma'am.
formula is generally amount is equals to principal into 1 plus rate upon 100 into n. This is my general formula. But here I use the plus sign to denote that I am adding the interest. Right? If I have to, like when my value is decreasing, what I'll use, I'll change the formula and write a subtraction sign. So we have two formulas for amount. One is like when the interest is being added, and the second is like when my value is being decreased. So now which formula should I use? The first one or the second one?
Second one.
Second one.
The second one. Very good. So can you solve this question by using the second formula?
Yes, ma'am.
Now please solve it and tell me the answer.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, here it is given 1 year, so we don't need to write the power, right?
No. The power is 1, so basically the power will be nullified.
Ma'am, I got the answer.
Yes, did you all got the answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you have, I discussed the answer. The amount will be principal. What is the principal? 21,000. 1 minus, what is the rate?
5.
5, okay.
5 by part 1.
Okay, so you have amount is equals to 21,100 minus 5 upon 100, right? So 21,000 into 95 upon 100.
You forgot to add one.
I forgot to add.
210 into 95.
I'm not able to understand.
210 into 95, right?
210 into, so I added 0 at last.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, you multiply 21 with 95, you'll get this answer. But I added 0 at last. So that's the
Okay,
correct
ma'am.
answer. Yeah.
I got the correct answer.
Yeah. So did everybody got the answer, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Okay, very
Yes, ma'am.
nice. Now we have the next question. Okay, so this,
In this, we have to add.
yeah, you have to add. What happened? You guys got the answer?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, look here, we'll discuss. So we have the amount. Principal is 12 lakh. I'll just write 12, okay? It's understood it's lakh. Then 1 plus 4 upon 100 to the power 2. Right? So 12 lakh multiplied with 104 upon 100 to the power 2. So 12 lakh. Just let it be. You will solve this thing first. 104 into 104.
10816.
Okay, so
10.
12 multiplied with 104 into 104. So
Ma'am, why 100 into 100?
it's square.
Okay.
You have 129792. Okay, now it was lakh. So how many zeros are there in lakh?
20.
2 zeros?
Sorry.
Four
In that
zero.
one. 4.
Yeah, you'll write 4 zeros upon you'll write 5 zeros actually, not 4. See, how do you write 12 lakh? If you write 4 zeros, you'll have ones, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000 lakh. It means 1,20,000. You write 5 zeros. So this means ones, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000 lakh, and 10 lakh. So this means 12 lakh, not 4 zeros. Okay. So 4 zeros cancel with 4 zeros. You have 1297920. Okay, that's the answer. You have 12,97,920. This is the amount that you have to pay.
Okay.
Right?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
So
Ma'am,
does
by mistake. Ma'am, I added 2 zeros in the end, ma'am.
how come 2 zeros, Askan? Lakhs. How will you add 2 zeros? Did you understand it now? Does anybody has any doubt?
No,
Ma'am, uh,
Yeah.
ca-
Yeah.
can I do one thing? Can I do that test tomorrow and send it if that's possible?
You want to do the test tomorrow?